I'm here with Andy Erickson, wine grower and co-founder of Favia Wine, with his wife Annie Favia, based in Napa Valley. Andy, great to have you.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, it's great to be here.
Yeah, let's talk about your latest wines in bottle. That's the wines from 2021. If you could tell us a bit more about the 2021 season in Napa Valley, the growing season, the harvest, the fruit, the wine, and any particular differences that you saw between the different AVAs and between the wines.
So 2021 was a drought vintage. We had very little rain the entire year. So in those years, we have very small clusters, small berries, and the result is very concentrated, very aromatic wines. And so that's what we saw in both appellations. So we make wine in Coombsville in the southeastern corner of the valley and Oakville. And so it was true across the wines that we make. So the Cabernet Franc blends that we make and the Cabernet Sauvignon wines that were just very dark, very aromatic, lots of great acidity, but very small production. So it's pretty much the character of the vintage, yeah.
Mm. And Coombsville is a bit further south and it's a little cooler than Oakville.
Yes, so I think everyone knows Oakville, like right in the middle of the valley. It's that slice that's just very well known, and the wines are very stereotypical Napa Valley, dark, blackberry fruit. But if you just continue down that eastern side of the valley, there's a little caldera, like an old mouth of a volcano, that is Coombsville. It's a small appellation, and it's very close to San Francisco Bay, so we get the cooling influence of the bay. So concentrated wines, but very savory. So a lot of dried herbs and pencil lead and those kind of notes, which I love in wine. And so that's really what Coombsville is all about.
So in a drought year, would you need to irrigate both as much, maybe a bit less?
So in the early part of the season, we did have to irrigate a bit earlier than normal. Typically, in a normal year, we can wait until veraison, when the grapes are changing color, to give our first irrigations. But we had to irrigate to get stronger canopies. But once we had the canopies, then we allow the vines to just sort of cruise. And that's when you get that smaller formation of the berries and everything. So, yeah.
And what about 2023? So the harvest was just a few months ago. How are the wines looking?
Well, I haven't tasted the wines from barrel really since they went to barrel right after fermentation. But in the tank, the wines were very dark, very fresh, lower alcohol. So it was a very cool year, which is interesting because after 2021 and 2022, we're all preparing for like the next hot year again. And we didn't get that. We got a very late, very cool year. And so it was very interesting. If we had rain in the middle of October, it could have been a disaster, but we had this beautiful October. We harvested very late and the wines are just fantastic and the yields are higher than normal. And so everyone's very happy. Just dark, delicious wines, more sort of, I don't want to say old school, but like, lower alcohol, fresher. I think the wines that people, and myself included, have been talking about, like, we need to be making wines like this. And we got to make those wines this year. So pretty fun.
Awesome. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you.